welcome everyone to the Top of the World podcast
with who?
Joshua Hadley
and
Justin Belanzer, the man of the hour, the man with power, too sweet to be sour, the woman spent their men's regret, planet Earth. You still don't know what's coming yet.
A little slow in that one. You got through it, but you were a little slower than usual.
I feel like changing it up sometimes,
You gotta do that. So, Oscars. We said at the end of the last episode that we were going to be talking about. We were going to watch all the movies. I watched all of them. Moose did not watch all of them, but I did.
I was really depressed. I can't put myself I slept from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. today. I'm in a real rump. I wasn't in the mood to do anything until today. I went and bought an energy drink, and it's really helped.
That's good. Well, I hope you start feeling better soon. Now, all right, we're gonna be talking about the Oscars first, and we have the obvious thing, the elephant in the room. We have to get out of the way first.
So, Chris Rock made a joke about Will Smith's wife, and goddamn, Will Smith went up there, slapped Chris Rock, then he won the award for Best Actor.
Best Actor, yeah.
And
a little later, yeah.
Make an apology, sorta.
So the joke was about her starring in G.I. Jane 2 because she's bald, and she has I don't remember what it's called.
Yeah, she has a condition where she's balding.
I always it looks like alpaca. I'm not saying that to make a joke of it. I don't remember the name. I just know it looks similar to alpaca. Yeah. So
you're probably right.
Yeah. Will was laughing at first. I don't know what exactly happened there. I know it showed her rolling her eyes, looking upset, and then I don't know if Will saw her reaction and that's what made him upset, or if it was
I think that's what it was. Her reaction.
Yeah. Could have been that, or could have been it was sort of it's Chris Rock's up there making jokes, and it sort of maybe didn't register for Will immediately. But it could have been that as well, or a mixture. I don't know. But
are they having marital problems?
Yeah. With her
I think
being a bit loose out there.
I think that's they're having marriage problems. At first, Will Smith, that's funny, haha, and then he saw, his wife didn't like it, and I guess he saw, I don't know what happened, if he thought this is an opportunity to do something, or what, because, he never attacked the guy that had sex with his wife, but,
guys,
you can't make a joke about it.
I do think the joke was a little, just because it's making fun of a medical condition, but it's definitely not you don't in the middle of a fucking award show. You don't walk up and smack the fuck out of somebody.
How well known is that? Did Chris Rock know that?
I would assume so. She's been very vocal about it, and it's why she's bald. It's been a very vocal thing.
It's a medical condition. I wouldn't have made a joke if I didn't know. I'd go for it because these are all famous people. Not to say that just because they have money you can make fun of them, but when you put yourself in the limelight out there, you should be able to take some kind of hazing, or I don't know, hazing, or you should be able.
The main issue people took was that it was just about an illness. If it wasn't about an illness, people probably wouldn't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
Also, obviously, there are a lot of people who think it was staged. I don't think it was staged. The main reason why I don't think it was staged, after it happened, after he smacked him, he started walking away. Chris was laughing, or smiling a little bit. It looked like he thought that Will was half joking with it at first.
Yeah.
And then once Will sat down and started screaming and cursing and all that, then you could see Chris's expression just change completely, and he started he looked fucking scared for a moment. Chris Rock is not that good of a fucking actor. He's a good comedy actor. He can do somewhat serious. He's not that fucking good.
Man, do you remember that time Chris Rock was in TNA?
As a matter of fact, I do not.
It was so. Remember, I can only remember seeing one movie with Chris Rock. I think he was running for president, and like one of the places he goes to is total nonstop action wrestling.
Oh wow, I did see that movie. I didn't know he went to TNA there. Wow, that was probably before I even knew what TNA was. That might be why.
You know, I think everything goes back to TNA, dude.
Mm. So that happened, but then Will ended up winning Best Actor for his performance in King Richard, which is one of the movies we'll be talking about since it was nominated for Best Picture. And you know that happened. Oscars recently, just today, like they posted about how like apparently there was security there or police there that were going to arrest him, but they just didn't. Which it sounds like they're trying to save face, basically. Like I highly doubt that if they actually did have anybody there who was like ready to get him, that they just wouldn't. Yeah.
I can understand him not being arrested because, how much it doesn't seem like the slap hurt Chris Rock too much. I mean,
he's not pressing charges.
Yeah, he's not pressing charges, so the police didn't arrest Will Smith, and it doesn't seem like Will got him in the ear, which then it would have really hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best part though, memes, memes galore. Some really funny, and then some fucking got James Corden doing a fucking parody of that Encanto song. But we don't talk about Jada. He did. It was I don't. Can James Gordon stop? Just everything in general. Stop that guy.
So
he was in Cats.
What do you think about Smith doing that? I think it was really uncalled for, honestly. Like, even if it's a joke about his wife's medical condition, like,
I think he should have like said something. Not gotten on stage, not done any of that. Like maybe not even said anything there, but like if when he ended up winning, going on stage, maybe saying something there like, "Hey, probably don't make fun of a medical condition," or after the show. But he shouldn't have got up and smacked Chris like live during a fucking show.
Yeah. Made for great television though. Like, made me sorry I didn't watch it.
Yeah, it's. Oh god, I didn't even know that it had like a Rotten Tomatoes page, but it has like a 17% rating or something like that. Apparently, the whole show was awful. I didn't watch it myself either, but yeah.
I mean, it's just people watch these. I can't. I mean,
yeah, I just look at who won afterwards.
Yeah. So when it happened, I was actually that's why I watched when I watched most of the movies. I did.
Yeah, I was watching one of the films. What day was it? What day was the Oscars?
Sunday.
Yeah, I don't remember which one I was watching at that point, but I was watching one of the movies at that point. So speaking of the movies, we can get into them now. You said you want to do them alphabetically?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. So there were 10 nominees. I watched all 10. I think you say you watched 7 of them. You missed out on 3. Okay. And so the first one, alphabetically.
The first one, the winner, I didn't watch it. CODA.
That's not the first one. Belfast is B is before C.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at Wikipedia and they got the winner on top.
Yeah. Yes. So Belfast.
Let's start with Belfast.
Yeah. I saw you like this one a lot on Twitter.
I really enjoyed it. I mean, I felt like the reason I enjoyed it wasn't what's the word? It really like I like those old 60s westerns. I mean, I recognized most of them, if not all of them. Like they had Who Shot Liberty Valance, or even actually High Noon's a 40s film, but
yeah, they had like references to that, like musical cues and stuff. Yeah. Go on. I'll let you talk first.
I'll say this, and I'll say this too. I'll add it. Like, it wasn't just that stuff that made me like it. I felt like the story had its own merits. Some of the stuff that happened was fun, intense. My favorite part was definitely when the IRA guy has I don't even know if it was the gangster guy had the kid, and High Noon. It's the soundtrack from High Noon that starts playing. But I also really like the grandpa character, the talk.
Yeah,
he had with his grandson, and
he was in Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
and Harry Potter playing one of Dumbledore's relatives. Although I don't remember him in that, but he had like a full Dumbledore kind of get up. For me, it's kind of weird. So like I did a rankings for the whole thing. I gave each movie a rating and I ranked them. This one was 8th for me, and with a rating of 6.6. Which again, I want to preface this. I say again. I mentioned this to you before the podcast. I'm one of those people who would put a 5 as like a average, not bad. 5 would be average. So 6.6 is pretty good. The thing is, I don't know what it is about the movie, but I just couldn't really get into it. I thought like everything about it I thought was good. Like I was watching it, I thought the acting was great. I liked the whole black and white thing they did with the occasional color for some odd reason.
Yeah, me too.
I thought the characters were likable. I thought the story was good. It's just for some reason I just had trouble getting into it. It wasn't like maintaining my attention. But it's like I thought that all around it was a really well made movie. But just for some reason it just wasn't getting there for me. But it was good. I gave it a 6.6. And my favorite character as well was Pop, whatever they're calling him.
Yeah. Pa is the dad and Pop is Grandpa.
Yeah.
I really like Judi Dench too. She was a M in the James Bond series. He was the grandma.
Yeah.
And I'll say too. I gave it a 10 out of 10. I mean, I really enjoyed it. But my ranking system is probably just exactly the same as yours. For me, like 10 is near perfect. Like not everything's gonna be perfect, but 10 it's like enjoyed it all the way. 5 is okay, and on I use IMDb's ranking system. So 1 is I absolutely didn't enjoy anything about it.
Yeah.
And on IMDb I have like over 2,000 titles rated, and I have like 20 movies rated 1 out of 10.
I've been ranking. Aside from these, I've been ranking the anime that I've been watching and the Asian films, and so they go anywhere from 0, it's like 0.0, all the way to 10. So that was B. We have CODA, the winner. That is the next one up here. So this one won. So I guess I'll be the one talking about it. I had this ranked number 3, although I'm very much okay with this one winning. I gave it an 8.7. I thought it was great film. It was very entertaining. I just thought it was super entertaining. The acting was good. There's 3 characters. So do you know what it's about?
No idea. The only ones I knew what was about. I coming into it, like I knew what Nightmare Alley was. It's a remake, and West Side Story because it was a play.
Yeah.
Dune. Well, I know Dune was because I never read the book, but I did watch the David Lynch film.
Yeah. So CODA is about this family. It's the parents and the brother are deaf, but the daughter can speak, and she wants to become a singer, but she sort of has to like help her family with their fishing jobs, like as a translator. So she's kind of like stuck in that position. And the 3 deaf characters were all played by actually deaf actors, which I thought was good. The mom was she was in The Magicians, TV show called The Magicians, which is one of my all-time favorite TV shows. She was in that, and that's how I knew she was like deaf in real life. And then I found out the other 2 in this were also deaf. So it's good that there's getting some representation for them and getting actual deaf actors involved. It was a very entertaining movie. The acting was great. There's not really much else to say. I thought it was great. It was my 3rd ranked movie. Although I'm very, very okay with it winning.
See,
and, we can go on to. There's a couple D movies here, so Don't Look Up would be the next one alphabetically.
I didn't know about Don't Look Up when I started. I laughed a lot. Like,
Hmm?
I'll say this though. Like, I love Meryl Streep. I like Jonah Hill, but I'm so over MAGA and Trump. I really wish he'd go away, and I didn't think like the way they made fun of it was not that it's bad. I just thought like I'm so done with this shit, and it's like
Yeah.
and it's not really like a what I felt like it was too on the nose. Like you know exactly what they're talking about. I just wish they could have done their. I think they could have made fun of MAGA doing their own thing instead of just copying what the Trump people actually do. You know, with the hats and everything.
So for a quick summary of the movie, for those who haven't seen it, it's basically some scientists find out about this giant asteroid that's gonna fucking destroy the entire world, and they're pretty much trying to get the message out there, and people are too fucking stupid to listen. And the president, who is, I guess, kind of similar to Trump, although it's a she. That was Meryl Streep, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She like refuses to do anything about it, essentially, and so it ends up being this whole big thing
like
of
the pandemic. You
know? Yeah, basically, yes. And it stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Lawrence, different Jennifer entirely. This was actually my favorite, which is I didn't expect this one to be nominated because apparently like this one got like really mixed reviews when it came out. I think it has like a 55% on Rotten Tomatoes, like the worst reviewed of all the ones. But for me, it was my favorite just because I thought it was just super entertaining all the way through. I found it very, very entertaining. It was very close between this and the one that I have for number 2, which I'll get to when we get there. I gave it a 9.6. I thought, I don't know. I thought it was very entertaining. It was a lot of funny moments throughout. One of my favorite moments though was when Leonardo DiCaprio's character finally just fucking loses it on TV because he's very like calm and trying to keep cool for the entire time, even though like Jennifer Lawrence is fucking freaking out. But then there's finally a point where he's just like, no, fuck this. We're all gonna fucking die, and he starts like screaming, and it was like a very satisfying moment to watch.
Absolutely, I gave it an 8 out of 10, which is on my ranking system is very good.
Yeah,
it's what I was saying before. Like they made fun of the pandemic doing something different. Well, and I think they could done that with the mega stuff as well. Like I think, but I feel like Meryl Streep and Jonah Hill are different enough from Donald Trump and Jared Kushner to where they stand on their own as characters. I believe being like making fun of Trump and Kushner.
Yeah.
Like I said, it really like it sort of like makes fun of how we handled the pandemic. Like people call it the asteroid fake or whatever, and we end up we just like the pandemic. We end up like ignoring a problem so that people can make money, and it turns out. Just like what I felt is very realistic is the super rich just screw us over to try to make a profit.
Yeah,
I thought that was great. Like,
also, this movie had an absolute fucking banger with Ariana Grande and Kid Cudi. They did like a musical thing, absolute banger. And I enjoyed Kid Cudi being there. I didn't expect that.
Oh yeah, I didn't either. I didn't like I'm not a fan of her, so probably that was to me for not quite the low point of the film, but I was watching, I was wondering like, all right, when are we gonna get past this?
That brings us up to Drive My Car, which is one of the ones you said you didn't see. This was actually on my list to watch before you had me watch these 10 movies because it's one of the Asian films that I wanted to watch recently. It was long, I'll be honest. It was the longest movie on here. It's almost 3 hours. And so it definitely slogged a little bit for me. However, I should probably also say what the movie's about. It's about this a screenwriter, I guess he was, or playwright. He was writing plays, and his wife. He finds his wife cheating on him with an actor, but he doesn't like say anything about it. He just sort of goes about his life. He obviously like it emotionally fucks him up a bit, but like he doesn't actually say anything to his wife. He doesn't let her know that he knows. Eventually, she passes away, and he moves on with his life. It skips a couple years, and he starts to make a new play. And the actor who fucked his wife gets cast in the role that he used. I don't know. It's kind of complicated, but the point is, he's out here making a play. The drive my car aspect comes from he gets injured at some point. It's like an eye injury, so he can't see out of one eye, or he can barely see out of an eye, so he's unable to drive. He could still drive, but it's like a safety precaution, and he's very particular about his car and who drives his car. But they end up hiring this lady to drive his car for him, driving places, and so that they end up forming sort of a bond. Yeah, definitely a slow burning movie, but I thought it was really good. I actually gave it the same rating that I gave CODA, 8.7, but I put it just below it on the rankings at number 4. I thought it was really good. It obviously for people who are not fans of subtitles, they wouldn't. But if you enjoy, or if you're fine with reading subtitles for foreign language films, yeah, go for it. It's just a bit long though. So if you're okay with that as well, because it's almost 3 hours. It was a girthy one.
Yeah, the films, that's that was gonna be the one I was thinking about watching next, but the time was a problem for me.
Yeah.
Do I really want to watch a film
also,
for 3 hours?
Also, this is one of 3 films that had sign language on here. Because obviously CODA obviously had sign language. This one, the character wasn't deaf. I'm not sure exactly what was going on there. The character wasn't deaf, but maybe she was a mute. I'm not sure. But she only talked in sign language. But they made it clear at some point that she could hear. And then the other movie that had sign language is next up, alphabetically, Dune. Which the characters in that weren't deaf either. Except for one. There was one guy in like a plane sequence that was deaf. But like most of the characters weren't deaf, but they were still using sign language occasionally. Kind of strange. But yeah, Dune, which...
This movie dragged, dude. Right.
So I never read the book. I didn't watch the original. I thought it was very Star Wars-esque, and then I found out afterwards while doing some research that apparently Star Wars took a lot of inspiration from the book.
Oh yeah, it did.
So that would explain why it was very Star Wars-esque.
Yeah,
I agree that it dragged.
What really sucks, I'll say this when we mention Star Wars really quick, it's really sucks adopting books that Star Wars took inspiration from, because everyone afterwards thinks that
I think it's ripping off Star Wars.
When it was really the other way around.
Yeah.
I remember John Carter got oh, it's too much like Star Wars. Well, Star Wars ripped it off first, the book off first. It's
I'm gonna try to explain what this is about. I'm still not entirely certain. There's this kid. I think the character's meant to be 15 or 16. Although he's played by Timothy Chalamet. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Who was also in Don't Look Up. There's a lot of double actors in these, actors who are in 2 movies. He plays the main guy in this, and he has his mom has some ability with I don't know if it's seeing the future or in dreams or whatever, but she's trying to teach him, but apparently she's not supposed to. And it's a big space Star Wars,
space
epic, yeah. I thought, first of all, I thought the acting was great. One issue I took with it, it won Best Sound at the Oscars. Didn't win Best Picture, but it did win Best Sound and a bunch of other awards. I don't know if you had this problem, but I had this problem, and I saw a lot of people, I looked it up, a lot of people had this problem. Apparently the movie was made to be not only watched in theaters, but to be watched in specific newer theaters, because otherwise, most people have the problem that I had, the dialogue is insanely fucking quiet when you compare it to like the music and the effects. So like I had to constantly turn the volume up and down while watching it, because otherwise either I wasn't gonna hear the dialogue or my ears were gonna get fucking blown off with the other shit.
I didn't really have that problem, but
it was apparently a lot of people did, but apparently it was supposed to be watched in not just a movie theater, in a new movie theater, which, you know, great if you're able to go to one of those for this, but I mean, it's a lot of people who are gonna be. It came out like alongside the movie theater release. It came out on HBO Max as well, like at the same time. So there's a lot of people who are not seeing it in that way, and you know. But that said, thought the acting was great. I did feel it dragged on. Well, it felt like there wasn't.
I feel like the acting really carried this film. Like
yeah. I felt like even though it was about 2.5 hours, it felt like not a lot actually happened during all that time.
Well, like it's only half the book. This film was only half the book.
Yeah. Apparently, like the old movie for this, like there was an older one. Apparently, that one did like all the stuff that this story did. Like this one story did. Like it got through as much of this story in like, I don't know, if it was like an hour and a half or something like that.
Yeah.
And then they did like extra shit in that movie.
Well, they did the whole book, which were you had to skip over like a lot of stuff that happened.
Yeah. So I know like people who read books and then watch movies, they want like the movies to be as accurate to the books as possible. I don't think they needed this much detail. It was a bit too much.
With this much detail, like one of my friends said this, like it might have been better as a miniseries.
Yeah, I agree with that. I gave it a 7.7. It was number 6 on my list. I still thought it was a really good movie, obviously with a 7.7 rating. Definitely, like the acting really helped a lot. A lot of the characters were really likable. Timothée Chalamet did well. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name well. Jason Momoa, I didn't even know was in the movie. I didn't know Batista was in the movie. I enjoyed them, and you know, I think the sequel is probably going to be better since that's like the second half of the book, and typically like shit picks up in the second half of stuff. So I'm hoping that the sequel ends up picking up a little more.
I gave the movie an 8 out, and I might drop like next time I see it. I might drop it to a 7. It does really drag. And honestly, as much as I like this film, you know, it doesn't like the ending. Like it ends in the middle of the book, which isn't like much of a climax. Honestly, I mean,
yeah.
And it doesn't, like, you know, if it wasn't for the acting, like, we need all the same people. I think, like, they could make it work. It'll probably be just as good, if not better. But, you know, if there's not a part 2, it's not gonna, like, ruin my life or anything.
Well, it's already being made. I believe that brings us to King Richard, alphabetically here.
With the award-winning performance from Will Smith.
Yeah, Will Smith. Will Smith won Best Actor after slapping the shit out of Chris Rock. So this is based on a true story about the father of Selena and why am I blanking on her fucking name suddenly? Venus Williams, who apparently. So here's the thing: I didn't know they had sisters. I thought it was just those two, and I knew a Williams sister had died years ago. From, I think, like, there was a song that said, like, rest in peace, or whatever. And for some reason, like, I knew Serena wasn't dead. So I thought this entire time that Venus was dead. But no, it was one of the other ones. So I found that out here. Yeah, so it's about Venus and Serena, and, like, their dad raising them up to be tennis players. And Will obviously played King Richard himself. I put number 5. Yeah, I put this number 5. I gave it just a tiny, like, little bit less rating than I gave CODA and Drive My Car. I gave it a 8.6 or 8.5. I thought it was really good. I thought
I really enjoyed it too.
Will's performance, I mean, he won Best Actor. I thought he did great in the movie.
Absolutely.
It was entertaining, you know, emotional at times. I liked the one actor, and I don't know his name, the guy who played the coach, the main coach character. Yeah.
I thought he really did a really good job too.
Yeah. I was surprised there was so much focus on Venus. I didn't realize that she was like the bigger star of them at first. I didn't know that.
You know, I didn't even know Venus was a person until I saw this film. I don't even know about Serena Williams before watching this.
Yeah, I did a good job. It highlighted not only the positives about King Richard himself, but the negatives as well, which you don't usually get highlighted so well. So I like that, and that was really good.
Yeah, I gave it a 9 out of 10. If I did the point thing, I might be exactly the same as you. God. This film has the same problems as any biographical film. Like, I really enjoyed Chaplin or whatever else. Like, you can't possibly show everything. It's like adopting the. Like, imagine if they try to do everything. It would have been like watching Dune. Like, the acting is great, but damn, this is really
like speed it up a little bit.
Yeah, good length. Of course they couldn't show it and everything, but I as well like that. It wasn't all positives. Maybe they could have shown more of the negatives, but that's there at all was good, and I think we saw Richard Williams, trying to do better and learn. Nobody's perfect, and I think that was a great, great character development. Growing as a human, I suppose. And my one of my friends, when I watched it with them, said, "Gee, I can't believe they finished on Venus losing." I had to tell him, like, well, Rocky ends with Rocky losing as well, and that won Best Picture when it came out.
Yeah. Oh, great. That takes us to Licorice Pizza. All right, let me explain what I believe is a close enough example or summary of the movie. It's about this fucking child actor. He's a teenager, 15, who falls in love with this 25-year-old woman because yay, pedophilia.
Well, I think not love. I think he falls in lust with her.
Yeah,
if they do love each other, I mean, it probably develops towards the end of the film.
Yeah, I mean that though. But and so he just basically spends the movie trying to get with her, and at first she's like, "Nah, dude, you're a child. That's illegal." But then eventually, she fucking goes for it. I guess. Say your things about this movie before I get into all the negatives that I have about it.
Imagine Lolita with the gender roles reversed and the older person presented more in a positive role. Well, I thought this film was funny, not as funny as Don't Look Up. I rated that higher.
Yeah.
The age thing was weird, and there's my favorite part. Definitely, that's if I remember this film in 5 years, it's gonna be the scene where what's her face has to drive that car backwards. I think I can't remember that happening in any other film. Not that I'm saying it's never happened. I can't remember anything like that in any other film. I thought that was really original. Super fun. I think everyone did good jobs acting. My negatives is the ending was weak to me. Really, he has to be 16 and he has to be
15.
16 and stuff.
He was 15 and she was 25.
I thought it must.
Yeah, it all happens within. Yeah, it all happened within 1 year. They didn't age by the end. It made it seem like they did, but apparently, I looked it up afterwards. They were still same age.
So that that to be the ending was really cringe to me. there was no payoffs on any of the side things that happened. Like we, I assume I'd say the politician was gay. There's nothing on that, or the stalker dude, or there's nothing on any of the people she meets. There was nothing on them uh pranking or doing whatever to the Barbara Streisand's boyfriend. I mean, it was funny him showing back, and I mean that was funny when he just leaves with those girls, but
it felt like a sequence. It felt like a bunch of like unrelated sequences that were just like overall wrapped in the relationship, and then there's just like you just move from one sequence to the next.
Yeah, absolutely. It felt like that, but I enjoyed the film. I gave it a 7 out of 10, which is on my scale good. I'd watch it again, not right away, but like I could see me watching it next year, just to check it out or something. Oh, so obviously you have a lot.
Yeah,
you have different thoughts on the film.
So I gave it a 3.5 out of 10, which is not good. I'll start off by saying the positives, the little bit of positives I have. I thought at times it was entertaining. There were moments that I thought was entertaining, and I loved Bradley Cooper's whole shtick in the movie. He was only there for like 3 scenes, but I loved his performance. I thought like that was the most entertaining part of the movie to me. I thought it was really funny. Now, the negatives. Obviously, I have the pedophilia thing. Romanticizing pedophilia is, and I thought that if it was a 15-year-old girl and a 25-year-old guy, like, there would have been a lot bigger of a problem for many people. So there's that. Another thing
that's probably true.
So in this movie, right, like, the main thing is that they're getting together. Like, them getting together is, like, the main thing you're trying to push to, which means you want people to want that. You want them to root for that. Aside from the fact that it's pedophilia, so I wasn't rooting it for that reason, I also thought that the characters were just incredibly unlikable. Most of the characters in the movie, but especially the main two, they were just super unlikable for me the entire time. So I had no reason to want them to get together or be happy or whatever the fuck. Like, I had no reason to root for them because I just thought they were super unlikable. There's that. There's again like the whole thing where like it seems like it's just a bunch of different unrelated events that just sort of happen. There's also this dude's 15. I get that he's an actor. I get that it's in a different time, but he's 15 and he's just out here like owning businesses, and numerous ones in 1 year, and like nobody finds that weird. That this fucking 15-year-old's like owning a fucking arcade or whatever it was at one point, and a fucking waterbed fucking restaurant store. Like, it's
so I don't assume like his mom was the legal owner of these things.
And she was never even there though. Like, it was just him at all the places just by himself, and I don't know. It's just the whole thing was weird to me. I didn't find any of the characters likable. I did enjoy Bradley Cooper's character wasn't necessarily likable. He was kind of a piece of shit, but he was at least entertaining. And he's the kind of guy you're not supposed to root for, so it's fine to think he's a piece of shit if you're not supposed to root for him, which I'll get into in the other Bradley Cooper movie, Nightmare Alley, when we get to that, which I think that is actually next, I believe.
Yeah.
So, Nightmare Alley is by, what's his name? What's the fucking, I never remember how to pronounce the guy's name. Guillermo del Toro or something like that? This is...
It's a remake of the 1947...
Yeah. I never saw that one. But I'm gonna get this out of the way right away. This was my number 2 film. It was just barely ranked under Don't Look Up. I had it at 9.5.
This is my number 1 film.
Hey. So to describe it, it's about like the people that are in like a circus kind of deal.
Yeah,
like
it's a circus. It was kind of funny. I pointed it out, like, it's the birthplace of pro wrestling, and they kind of have a thing there, and they have like the kind of pro wrestling setup, kind of like funny though, like the dwarf characters, like how it started. All right, anyone get in this ring and beat me, like, you know.
Yeah. So it's the main character is Bradley Cooper, who again was in. He's another one of the actors who are in 2 different movies here. Although he was the main guy in this one instead of having a kind of smaller role in the other one. And I can never remember the name of the woman. Runamara?
That might be right.
I think something like that. She played his love interest. And he, like, his thing is he tries to do this like magic shtick where it's like he can read people's thoughts. He's psychic, I guess. But obviously he's not actually. So like they're trying to trick people with that.
Yeah, if I would recommend people checking out Orson Welles talking about what a cold tell is and how they kind of explained it in the film, but you know,
yeah.
I don't think they use the word cold tell or the phrase cold tell, but it's what they're doing is cold tells. You know, like you know, you're just if it's a man, you know, they're probably gonna have a problem with their father or something.
Yeah.
You know, in Orson Welles' example, it says, "Oh, you got a scrape on your knee." Like, what kid didn't get a scrape on their knee? You know.
So I think I was talking about before with the last movie about like unlikable characters, but then you're supposed to be rooting for them. In this one, Bradley Cooper's character starts off as likable, and then about halfway in the movie, there's like a little bit of a time jump with him and the lady running away. In the second half, all of that likableness goes away. He starts to be like revealed as this kind of shitty person, but then at that point, you're not supposed to root for him. The film doesn't want you to root for him. I mean, the film makes you want him to have a bad ending, which he does. And it's really satisfying. That's how you should handle unlikable characters, not fucking have them be the stars of the show in a way that you're supposed to root for them. I thought this film was very entertaining. The acting was great. It was very interesting. That was a very interesting movie. Very interesting takes on some stuff. And again, like I thought out of all these films, I thought this one had the best ending. It had a very satisfying ending for me.
I'll say this. This followed Nightmare Alley from 1947 to a T. Like, the whole story is the same. Normally, I don't like remakes, but this is so far from the 1947 film that, you know, like, oh, you might as well do a remake. And it's one of the few times I can think of where the newer film is absolutely better. I mean, of course, all the sets are a lot nicer. It's in color, which is great. The acting is honestly better. Like, the ending is exactly the same, but you know, Bradley, he looks like, you know,
his acting there was fucking incredible. Like the whole, like where he's like trying, like he starts off laughing, or no, he starts off crying, then he starts laughing, but then he goes back to crying. And it's just the way he like seamlessly goes through them to the point where you could tell like he's kind of like, oh well, you know, I had the shit coming, but also, oh god, what the fuck? Why is my life gonna be this?
And it's not like that in the 47 film. In the 47 film, he just looks at him and, yeah, I know what a geek is. I was made for that. Like he says it like that. I mean, this like I said, this is one of the few times I can see where the remake is far better and. Every way, really.
Yeah. I thought it was it was very hard for me to choose between this and Don't Look Up as my favorite. I thought this was fantastic. And yeah, definitely, I don't think Bradley was even fucking nominated for Best Actor, which I think is a fucking shame.
It's too bad. He did a fantastic job here.
Yeah.
Gee, you know, I even have a hard time figuring out what my favorite part would have been. I mean, I could watch this rewatch this movie right now and enjoy it just as much.
Yeah. Super good movie. So I'm assuming you give it a 10 if it's your favorite. You give it
absolutely 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
10 out of 10.
yeah, yes. Let's see. I think that brings us to The Power of the Dog.
I didn't watch that one.
Didn't watch that one. Okay, so it's a Western, starring Benedict Cumberbatch, weirdly, because him in a Western kind of seems strange. Which I don't know how to describe what it's about exactly, but Like, his character... So his brother in the movie marries... I don't know if he actually marries or just gets with this other lady, this one lady, and like he doesn't like her. Like, Benedict's character doesn't like her, and that starts this whole thing. He was gay. I know that's a big plot point. Like, like something that gets revealed. Like, he keeps talking about this old friend he had, and then you find out that him and the friend were gay. I don't know. It's hard to describe. I thought it was good. I wasn't like super hooked on it. It was kind of felt like a little bit of a slog for me. I gave it a 7.2 and put it at number 7 on my rankings. I thought it was good. The acting I thought was great. And it took an interesting turn because the lady that his brother gets with, she has a son who's like, I don't know if it's supposed to be like 17 or 18, somewhere around there, maybe 16, I don't know. And Benedict's character like starts shitting on him immediately, but to the point where he sort of apologizes to him and starts to like sort of take him in a bit, and you're kind of wondering like, is this legitimate? Is he just trying to fuck with the kid? And it ends up being legitimate. Like, he actually tries to like make amends with him and tries to teach him, and it seems like he actually starts to really care for him until the ending, where Benedict's character dies, and I think it's implied that the kid kills him by way of poison, because of some stuff that led to like how he died. Apparently, because like Benedict's character at that point wants to go after the girl, the lady, because she like got rid of his skins, like his animal hides, I think it was, which he was using to make a gift for the son. I don't know, it's kind of weird, but like it's implied that the son kills him, even though like he's starting to actually really get along with him because he's trying to protect his mom. I don't know. It's a strange movie, but I thought it was good. It was just kind of slow for me. And you have no opinions because you didn't see it. So on to I think the last one, which is West Side Story.
You know,
which for those who don't know, if there's anybody out here that doesn't know, it's Romeo and Juliet. It's that kind of story, but like a modern version. I say modern, but like modern compared to Romeo and Juliet, because I'm pretty sure it takes place in like the 60s or something.
The stage play came out in 1957. And there was a 1965 movie or something like that.
Yeah. It was made by Steven Spielberg. This one, not the original. Which apparently, like, it's the only musical he's ever going to make, but it's one that he's wanted to adapt for a long time. Yeah. So, yeah, go on.
I just watched the 60s film, like, last month. I mean, it's kind of...
Yeah, very fresh. It's kind of fresh in the mind there.
Yeah, very fresh in the mind. I'll say this: I like the '60s film beginning more. With this one, I was like, it was hard for me to get into, but eventually I got there. I think the beginning of the '60s film, like, not the first couple minutes, like that's like, come on, let's get to something here, even there. But I like the Jets intro more in the '60s film, but I feel like a lot of stuff was done better in the newer film. Like my favorite part of this new film is the America song, where they're in the old film they're just on top of the apartment building singing that. In this new one, they're all over New York. It's far better in my opinion.
I thought so. I gave it a 5.1, which again for me that would be about average. I thought it was good. It's just I'm not really big on musicals. The only real musicals I like are musical episodes of TV shows that aren't usually musicals, like The Magicians every year would have a musical episode. And I'm also like a big fan of the kind of music that they would do on The Magicians. Like they did covers of Under Pressure and stuff like that. With this, but I thought it was really well done. I feel like if I was a fan of musicals, then I would have really liked it. I thought the acting was good. The performances were good, like the musical performances. And the choreography, all that. I'm just not really a musical guy. And this actually got Best Supporting Actress? It might have got Best Supporting Actress and Best Actress. Well, Best Actress in a comedy / musical. The main girl in this got that. And then Best Supporting Actress in general. Her sister. Or was it her sister? His sisters?
I think it was her sister.
I think it was her sister-in-law. I think the guy was her brother.
Oh wait, the guy was her brother, and this lady.
And, yeah, she was with the brother. Yeah, yeah. So she got the best supporting actress one.
And a little bit of trivia: the old lady who was running the shop. She won best supporting actress for the first
original,
West Side Story movie.
Yeah. Interesting. So what did you rate this one?
I gave it the same exact rating as I gave the '60s film, 8 out of 10.
Nice.
Kind of slow at parts, but most of the time I was enjoying it.
Yeah. And there we go. So I'm gonna go really quickly over my.
I'll say real quick. I enjoy musicals a lot more. Like I really like Yankee Doodle Dandy.
Yeah, like I said, if you're a fan of musicals, this was probably a fantastic movie for you. If you're a fan of musicals, I'm gonna really quickly go through my list now that we're finished. Starting at number 10. Number 10, Licorice Pizza, 3.5. West Side Story, 5.1. Belfast, 6.6. The Power of the Dog, 7.2. Dune, 7.7. King Richard, 8.5. Drive My Car, 8.7. CODA, also 8.7. Nightmare Alley, 9.5. And Don't Look Up, 9.6. Although it was very hard to decide between those two for the top spot.
Alright, so I remember what I rated these. Licorice Pizza, which I dislike the most, I still give it a 7 out of 10. I thought it was good. Dune, I'd probably rate it a 7 next time I see it, but I gave it an 8 this time. I mean, I really enjoy science fiction films. Let's see. I'd probably, looking at these, I'd probably go with Don't Look Up next. I mean, the thing is, like, it's low on my scale on the rankings, but all these films have good ratings. I gave that 8 out of 10. Really enjoyed West Side Story. Like I said, I enjoyed musicals more than you.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the list. I gave King Richard a 9. I mean, it's hard to do these biographical films, and they did great with what they were able to do. Belfast, I gave that a 10 out of 10, but for number 1, Nightmare Alley was the top for me.
Fantastic movie. And there we go. There were the Oscar Best Picture nominees. Is this gonna be a thing we do yearly?
I don't see why not.
I think that'd be interesting. Do you have any particular best performance for this? The actor you think, actor or actress you think did the best?
Out of these films, shoot.
Yeah, out of these ones.
I thought Will Smith did a great job, but the actors in Dune really carried that, honestly. Something watchable. You really have to. I'd have to give them a nod.
I probably would have went with Bradley Cooper in Nightmare Alley. Although, again, he was the only thing I liked about Licorice Pizza as well, so he did great in that. And poor guy, didn't even get fucking nominated. Some goddamn bullshit. Apparently the father in CODA, I believe, won Best Supporting Actor, which I thought was great. That movie was fantastic. I'm not at all upset that it went over the other two that I have higher listed for Best Picture. It deserves it. And now with that out of the way, and I guess we'll be doing this again in a year. But for now, we have one other thing we're going to talk about before we get to that, fan mail, and we're going to do 6 questions this time instead of 3 because last week we had a guest on, so we didn't do any fan mail.
I checked the emails so we got questions on the topics for what we're talking about today.
Look at that. All right, what's first?
So from Earl in China, dear Gopher,
okay,
been a fan for a while, a couple months. I'm really enjoying the podcast. I know you guys are talking about the Oscars, so why don't you tell us what's your favorite film ever? So what's your
I don't
favorite film of
know.
all time?
Like that's something I can never like answer because I don't know. There's so many fucking amazing films that have happened. It's so hard for me to try to think of one specific film that I would put as my favorite. I know because I actually have rankings for the Asian films that I've watched. I know I have Parasite at number 1 there with a perfect 10. I have 3 films I gave a perfect 10. One was Parasite, one was Old Boy, and then one was Hope. All of those 3 were fucking fantastic. A Taxi Driver has a 9.9. That's my next one there. But I don't know. I really don't know what I would say is my all-time favorite. There are just so many fantastic movies. It's so hard to keep track of, which ones would be that high up for me. Like I could possibly think of maybe what are some of my like favorite films for specific genres. Like my favorite superhero film is probably either Deadpool or Deadpool 2 because I fucking loved both of those. Favorite horror movie is probably one of the fucking It movies, like one of the remakes of It. I don't know what my favorite overall movie would be though. I don't know. So that's not really a great answer, but that's the answer I have.
Yeah,
Sorry, Earl.
Yeah, down in China. My favorite film is Manhunter. Easy.
Oh, there you go. Look at that. Fucking for me, I can't even think of one. This is like easy. Manhunter. Boom. Done.
Well, and I'll say that like it's my favorite, and I love the film. I mean, and you have to love it because it's my favorite. It's not perfect. There's problems with the film, but I'm always able to look past it, and I enjoy it every time I watch it. It's just like Nightmare Alley. I could like after the podcast, I could just throw it into the Xbox and watch it, and I'd enjoy it. I know you did different categories with the. I remember for our old forum we did rankings. I remember for horror films, either The Shining or John Carpenter's The Thing was my top horror film. Science and there's even Alien. When we get into categories, I'm like, is it this or is it that? Like, I think my favorite musical is you talk about categories you don't like. Like my favorite musical might be that Scrooge movie from the 70s. That was great. Or it could be Yankee Doodle Dandy. My favorite Western might be High Noon.
I'm not really big on Westerns in general, but my favorite one would easily be Django, since that's like one of the few Westerns I actually like.
I didn't like Django as much.
You enjoy that their Quentin Tarantino?
With Quentin, it's either I love his movies or, I think I'm just watching and thinking, what the fuck? Sometimes it's just movies he's starring in. Like, I know everyone loves the vampire one. That one's to me.
Mm-hmm.
I know
I haven't seen that one. Yeah. I maybe it counts as a musical. I mean, it's got music. Inside by Bo Burnham. That's probably my favorite quote-unquote musical.
All right. Let's go to the next question.
Yes, let's go.
All right. Dear, this is from Terry in Argentina. Mm-hmm. Dear Gopher, I know you're a big wrestling fan, and WrestleMania Weekend is coming up. For me, the match I'm looking forward to most is Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. I'm wondering, of all the matches and all the promotions happening this weekend, which one are you looking forward to the most?
Well, I'm not watching WrestleMania. I'll say that right now. I am not watching either night of it.
Thank fuck. Like I
you don't have to watch it either. That's fine.
Shit.
I mean, I'm gonna be out watching another wrestling show live when the first night of WrestleMania happens, and I just don't want to fucking watch the second night either. So I'm not gonna be watching them. I fucking wish I was able to go to Ring of Honor because that card is fucking stacked. I would probably something on that card would probably be my like most anticipated one. I am gonna watch it. I'm not gonna watch it live because I won't. It's like fucking 50 minutes away, so Ubering there and back would be like $150 or some shit, plus like ticket for the show. But Jonathan Gresham versus Bandito will probably be the fucking match of the week for me. That one, or Briscoes versus FTR is gonna be fucking insane.
We'll go down the card when we
Yeah, it's like that whole show is fucking stacked. There's some matches that the shows that I'm gonna be going to that I'm looking forward to. Minoru Suzuki versus Barrett Brown should be fun. I've my first time seeing Minoru Suzuki live. Barrett Brown's poor chest is gonna be ooh. Hearing a Minoru Suzuki chop in person is gonna be fucking crazy. So yeah, but yeah, I would say probably Gresham versus Bandito would be the match I'm most excited for. Ring of Honor World Championship.
All right. Let's see.
Also, I'll be seeing Bandito live. I don't remember who he's facing, but he is going to be at one of the shows I'm doing.
Yeah?
Or going to, yeah. Because I'm going to be going to 6 shows. 5 of them are going to be in the same day. It's going to be 15 hours straight of wrestling. Oh, my poor ass and my poor feet are going to be fucked. And then I'm going to VIP Mania. I ended up getting a ticket for that. That's what me and Moose went to back in 2016. It's right after WrestleMania. Like, directly, we drove from Mania to the show. This time I'm not going to Mania, so I'm just going straight to the show. And that's where Minoru Suzuki is going to be facing Barrett Brown. And looking forward to that.
Let's see. There you go, Terry. I mean, we know you're looking forward to Brock and Roman. And that'll probably be good, but we don't I don't want to.
Terry's probably looking forward to Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio versus The Miz and Logan Paul.
I mean, he probably is, dude.
Yeah,
probably is.
You know, that's the big money match right there. What's the next question?
From Stan in Idaho, dear Gopher, the first time I've ever watched anything by you was last week when you had Joe Evans on the podcast. Really appreciate you guys giving exposure to a libertarian. I'm just wondering, what were your thoughts on, what's gonna be last week's show, and are you gonna have more political guests on your podcast like that?
Well, that's up to Moose. He's the one who has the insider situation
the
there. You know, yeah, he got the connection, so it's up to him. I would like to. I would definitely like to. I enjoyed having Joe here. I didn't agree on everything that he said, but I thought he was a really nice guy. And I agreed with some of the stuff he said. And you know, it was just pleasant. Like, even the stuff that I didn't agree on, it was just pleasant being able to talk about it. You know, and not, there was no conflicting. We weren't arguing. I mean, I barely talked, but in general, there was no confrontational nature to it.
There's no MFR
yeah, which is a really and I got him to say fuck white people with no condom, which was really cool. Like, I got a politician to say that, so that's a highlight of my fucking month, highlight of my year right there, getting the politician to say that. Yeah, I like Joe. I hope he does well, and I would love to have more politicians on the podcast. I'd like to have more people in general on the podcast. But I would also like to have more politicians specifically. So. But that's up to Moose if he can get us. That one would be very confrontational. Going to Cancun, you son of a bitch? I had no power for 3 days. Oh God. All right, what's so usually we would end the mail at that point, but since we didn't do any last week,
we're making up.
Do 3 more. Yeah, make it up for it. 3 more. What's number 4 here?
Well, it's been every week now, and except last week. And from Muffin.
Yep, there's one.
Dear White Man, when Donald Duck gets out of the shower, why does he put a towel on a towel when he doesn't normally wear any pants?
You know, I think you just uncovered the whole fucking plot there. I think we need to start looking into this. I don't know why. I think we need to start looking into this. We gotta hire a private investigator to find this shit out.
I mean, it is a good.
You're onto something, Muffin. Yeah. You know what, Muffin Man? I'm gonna hire a private investigator. He's gonna look into it, and I'll get back to you.
Muffin, we're gonna get on this. We gotta do the research and. It is strange. He doesn't wear pants, so why is he covering up?
It's true. Yeah, what's he cut? There's nothing to cover up there. If you're not wearing pants any other time, you're not covering it up.
maybe like he's like Yoshi, you know, with the nose, or Toad with the hat. Like maybe he doesn't have the feathers on all the time.
Maybe. What is next? What's our fifth of the 6 questions we'll be answering?
From Abdel in Egypt.
Okay.
Dear Gopher, when did time actually begin?
Did you say when did time actually begin?
Yeah.
A long time ago. Next question.
Damn it, Abdel.
That's all you get, Abdel.
Let's see.
Fucking snake. If that is your real name.
Alright.
Final question here.
Another one from, well, I don't know if this is the same Abdullah. Yeah, it's from a different state. From Abdullah in New York.
Okay.
Dear Gopher, recent fan, really enjoying the God of War videos. You know, a great game.
Those ended.
I'm just... Yeah. Now you're doing Kirby, right?
Yes, Brandon Tuck is playing Kirby. We got Tuck playing a game 1 on here. Kirby Master. What is your question? Abdullah?
Abdullah is wondering, which day was a kid born on if his leg come out at 11:59 p.m., but his head didn't come out until 12:01 a.m.?
I'm not a doctor, so I can't say this with certainty. I don't have the insider scoop on that. But for me, personally, if I was the one making the decisions here, I would say, like, baby isn't born until it's fully out. I would say the head gotta come out, too.
I like that.
Yeah, whole thing gotta come out, that's what I would say.
I agree.
Yeah. But again, I'm not a professional. I don't know the actual answer. This is just what the answer would be if I was the one deciding that. But, to get the actual answer, you're gonna have to ask a professional. Go visit your local doctor and, ask him. So see what he says. Or she. Women can be doctors.
Yeah.
Or non-binary. Whatever your doctor is, go ask them about this question, and they'll have a more reliable answer for you than I did. And that was fan mail for this week.
Yep. So we talked about it a little bit. What's happening in Gopher and Tuck?
Well, as you mentioned, we're on to Kirby now. Shenmue's still going. We did finish recording it, as I've mentioned, but there's still plenty of footage to go. It's going well into next month. I don't know when exactly it's going to end. I'm finally at the part where I'm editing the last recording session, but that session was like 4 fucking hours, so there's a lot of footage still to go. It'll probably go until like at least halfway through next month, or this month, I guess, when this video comes up. And there's a lot of that left. We just started Kirby. We just recorded the second session of Kirby today. Brandon's having a lot of fun with it. He did get mad at one point at something that happened in the session today, so there's that. But for the most part, he's really enjoying it. I'm enjoying watching it. That's not something I usually do on the channel. I'm usually playing. So we're doing that. I think, Moose, I'm not certain yet, but I think once we finish Shenmue, like uploading, well, actually, once we finish uploading Shenmue, we're going to be doing Spider-Man. We already started recording that. We recorded the first Spider-Man DLC. We got 2 more to go. But once that's done, and we get to the next game, I did download a little game known as Bug Snacks.
Oh,
so yeah, I'm thinking Bug Snacks is going to be up next on the channel after that. So, you got that to look forward to. I'm not entirely sure what it is. I know there's like little creatures that are bugs, but also snacks. I don't know. But it's by the Octopus people, right? The Octodad?
Yeah.
By the makers of that? Yeah. So, and I surprisingly enjoyed Octodad. So, we'll see if I like Bug Snacks, but that's probably going to be at next after Spider-Man. And that is... and also Tuck, obviously, he's doing the WWE 2K22 GM mode for Tuck Thursdays now. And as of this video going up, you know about it, so I can say it here without spoiling anything. You're the only one who knows about it. Tuck Thursday is out. There's a new Tucker Variety Hour. A new Tucker Variety Hour that went out on Friday, April 1st. Don't mind the date. It is definitely a real Tucker Variety Hour. starring Tucker, and not anybody else. So go check that out. You know, once you're done watching, once you're done listening to this, go ahead and go check out that. This is a good time, right? Yeah. They go over a movie called The Ginger Dead Man, starring Gary Busey. And, go ahead and watch Tuck himself react to that. And, yeah. And so that's what's going on with the channel at the moment. And now, our final topic of the night. You want to bring us into this?
So, I'm just going over Cage Match and opening tabs. It's WrestleMania Weekend, everyone.
WrestleMania Weekend. There are many shows. Again, I'm going to 6 of them. But I'm not going to any of the big ones. You know, I'm not going to Ring of Honor. I wish I was, but I'm not going to Ring of Honor.
We didn't like going to AT&T Stadium.
We went to WrestleMania together back in 2016. There was a lot of bullshit with AT&T Stadium. We ended up missing. We had to stand in a giant pile of people for the entire pre-show, so we missed like 2 hours of that. Lita was there. We didn't even know Lita was there.
Can you imagine if we really wanted to see Lita and we paid $3,000 for tickets and we missed it?
Yeah. And so that was a whole hassle. But I mean, I did enjoy the show to a degree.
Remember, we even they wanted us to be organized and going online and shit. Everyone just started charging through the freaking ticket thing. Whatever.
Yeah, it was a whole hassle. Overpriced as fuck. But I mean, it was. Once we actually got into our seats, it was a pretty good experience. Not, it wasn't sure as fuck wasn't the best wrestling show we went to that week. But it was still cool, I guess, to be there, the atmosphere and all that. It's definitely something I never want to do again. It was like I got to do this once, that's good, cool, and then never again. My new, dream for wrestling is to go see either Wrestle Kingdom or the G1 finale in Japan. But that's partially because I just want to go to fucking Japan. Like, that's my dream vacation is Japan. But
we ought to go.
As far as I would fucking love to, if I'm able to ever in my life. But as far as in America, I'd love to go to an AEW pay-per-view. Ring of Honor is always fun. But I'm hopefully the next time either AEW or Ring of Honor is in Dallas or Arlington, I'll be able to go. But unfortunately not tomorrow. However, again, I got 6 shows I'm going to for a colorful variety of indie companies, and indie shows are fun. I got front row tickets for all of them. It should be a good time.
All right, so let's preview some of these shows. All right, so we'll do WrestleMania last. It is the main event. So let's look at Supercard of Honor.
Well, technically, the main event is VIP Mania.
We'll do VIP Mania last. I got
all right, Supercard of Honor. Yeah, this Supercard of Honor, Ring of Honor, is easily the most stacked show for me. Looks so good. So, all right, get into it.
I don't know what site you're using. I'm on Cage Match. We gotta start on Cage Match. You start from bottom and work your way up. First match, ROH Interim World Women's Title. Mercedes Martinez versus Willow Nightingale.
I don't know who Willow Nightingale is. I'll be honest. I know Mercedes. I'm pretty sure I don't know Willow. Yeah.
I
think Mercedes is pretty good. Yeah. Again, I don't know anything about Willow, but I know Mercedes. I think Mercedes is pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, I just remembered Tony Khan's booking this now, so that's why there's an interim World Women's.
Yes.
Okay, so we're getting Jay Lethal, probably the what's the word? The ace of Ring of Honor. The ace of Ring of Honor versus Lee Moriarty. Probably could be a good match. Jake, I can't I know Lee doesn't have much experience, but him wrestling Jay would probably help him out.
Lee is very good for his age, and he has his mentor, the guy who trained him, Matt Sydal, is going to be with him.
It's always great to see Matt.
Yeah, so that should be a really good match, I think.
Imagine Lee easy win. Well, probably. I mean, I don't know if it's say easy win for Lethal, but put money on Lethal.
I would say Lethal's probably gonna win. Yeah. We got Swerve, who goes by like 50 fucking names. He'll be taking on Alex Zane. Isaiah Swerve Scott. Isaiah
Shane
Scott Swerve, whatever the fucking. Yeah, Shane Strickland. That's one. Killshot. Fucking Swerve Strickland. Swerve the Real. So many fucking names. That guy, who he's good. I like him. And he's taking on Alex Zane, who I don't quite know as well.
I don't know him either.
He has an 8.18 on Cage Match, so yeah. That should be a good one. Now this match. Oh, Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles.
This is the match I want to see.
This is going to be. It's very close between this and the world title match for me, for the one of the entire week that I'm looking forward to the most. The Briscoes defending the Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles against FTR, Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood. Oh, it's gonna be so good.
We've been waiting for it for a long time. It's finally happening.
Yeah, we're getting teased for so long.
Like this. Out of all those cards, like I know I'm watching this one. I don't know if I'll see anything else, but I'm definitely watching this. It's well, actually, this will probably happen by the time the podcast comes out, right? So,
yeah, it'll be yesterday.
Everyone can say their thoughts.
The yeah, so definitely looking forward to that. Two of the best tag teams in the world, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fighting for Ring of Honor tag titles. It should be a fucking top tier match. And then another Ring of Honor title match. Oh, you have anything else to say about that?
It's too bad that we can't have the Briscoes in AEW, but Turner Broadcasting has some executive that. Oh, they made a mean tweet 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's stupid.
So up next,
pure title match.
Josh the Good Woods versus Willie. This will be a good match. I wish Wheeler was used better in AEW, at least not.
Well, he's starting to be used better. Like this is part of like setting up his push with the Jon Moxley and Brian Danielson team up.
Hey,
they're sort of recruiting.
If he's away from the Get Along gang,
he's starting to push away from them and getting. And it seems like he's going to end up being part of this stable instead. And like he just faced somebody. He faced Brian
Danielson
on Dynamite. Yeah. And it's like it definitely seems like they're trying to push him and trying to get him to be like a big part of this. And I feel like this, like having him being a pure title match on Ring of Honor, is part of that. It's part of them pushing him.
He was in the tournament crown, like when they were doing a new. Let's see, was it 2 years ago or was it last year? I can't remember now. But he was in the tournament to crown the new champion, and he did a great job in that. And
yeah, he's really good, and I'm excited for what they're doing with him. It was 2020 when the tournament, towards the end of 2020, Jonathan Gresham ended up winning. Yeah, it was. He's really good. I'm hopeful that this is going to help push him further into the whole Bryan Danielson, Jon Moxley, William Regal stable, and it should be a good match. I don't think I've ever actually seen Josh Woods. I've heard he's good. I've never actually seen him wrestle myself. But Willer Hewitt is great, so and I've heard that Josh is good, so it should probably be a good match. And then the main event to have an undisputed Ring of Honor World Champion. Bandito was unable to defend that final battle. Jonathan Gresham won the belt, so we're gonna finally find out who's the real world's champion. Yeah, and it doesn't mention it here on Cage Match, but Chavo Guerrero is going to be with Bandito. Apparently, he's managing him now. Like that's just a recent development.
I guess Tony had to make it up to Chavo. That's great, actually.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Jonathan Bandito.
I don't remember if on the I'll say this. I don't remember on the podcast I said anything bad about Tony Khan about that, but if someone makes something correct, we ought to praise him for that, and I'll say what Tony did was shitty before, but if he's making it up, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
It does show character that he's willing to say I messed up here, and if he's gonna do something for travel, that's at least something.
Yeah. Both guys in this match are fantastic. Jonathan Gresham is one of the best pure wrestlers, one of the best technicians out there. Bandito, I'm going to be seeing live. Crazily enough, he's going to be at one of the shows that I'm watching on Saturday, today of this podcast going up. So I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah, that I think is going to be an incredible match. That and the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Titles match are, I think, going to be the highlights of the week.
Yeah, of all the shows, this is the one I know for sure I'm watching. I might watch others. I mean, I'm a big wrestling fan. I'll probably try and see other stuff. This is going to be a great match. I really like both guys. I love the Briscoes, and FTR is great, so I know that's the one I'm looking forward to the most. I mean, that could have been the main event, but not to detract from the main event of this match, because it's gonna be great as well.
Yeah.
And
that's Ring of Honor.
Yep, and I linked you to GCW For the Culture. That's happening.
Okay. There we go. We got that one.
So, opening match for the TNA Knockouts title: Tasha Steelz versus Big Swole. I'm not just looking at the opening match. Gee, normally you want to start off hot, and it's a title match. They could have done something different. I think I said this before. Really Big Swole is really one of the worst.
Oh, blaze it! Big Swole's rating is 420 on Cage Match. Blaze it.
Perfect. That's perfect, actually.
Yeah. I've never seen Tasha. I don't know. She has a 6.7, which is decent. I've never seen her wrestle myself.
I thought it's hard for me to judge what she did. I think the only time I've ever seen her was in that X Division women's match, and that had so many people.
I do not know half the people on this card.
What? JTG, which one?
I know JTG, obviously.
AJ Gray's the guy.
AJ is the guy who did that fucking ladder spot where he just completely fucked up and just fell, and it was hilarious. JTG, obviously, I know. He's in Crime Time. He was VIP world champion, last year, I think. Yeah, he ended up losing it to the guy who was in the main event, Shane Taylor.
So,
who is currently
first match
is
going to suck. I think the second match will be good. I mean, Rich is good.
JTG versus Rich Swann, yeah. JTG did have the most boring VIP title match I've ever seen, but I don't think that's because of him. I think it's because he was facing fucking Ethan Carter. I've never found him entertaining, or I never found him fun to watch, and now he's got this whole fucking super goddamn right-wing bullshit fucking... But yeah, JTG, though, I think is good. Rich Swann, it's good. Should be a good match.
I don't know the people in the third match.
I have no clue who Trish Adora or MJ Jink. I don't know who either of them are. Trish has a really good rating on here. It's 8.26. The other one doesn't even have a rating. There was one rating, which is a 10, but that's not enough ratings to get an actual thing. So I have no clue. Yeah, it's just that's a fan. Darius Lockhart versus AJ Gray. That I've heard he's good. I've heard he's actually good. I've only seen him in that one match, but I've heard he's good. But all I could think of is that fucking ladder spot.
Hoodfoot versus Billy Dixon. Did we see?
I don't know
Billy
who the
Dixon
fuck either of them are. I don't know. I have no clue who the fuck Hoodfoot is. I don't know. Billy Dixon doesn't even have his own page on here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Then we got Too Cold Scorpio versus Brian Keith.
I
did not know Too Cold Scorpio was still wrestling.
Oh, he's still wrestling. Too Cold Scorpio used to be my favorite wrestler. I mean, he's really fantastic. I know he's really slowed down. I mean, there's no way anyone's stupid enough to expect 1993 Too Cold Scorpio in 2022, but it would be great to see him.
Yeah. Brian Keith, I'm not sure who he is. He's going to be at one of the shows I'm watching. I know that much. I don't really know much about him.
Thankfully, you're not going to be at the show, because I imagine you'd reach your hand out and Shane Taylor would hurt it again. Or was it just my hand?
It was both of us. It was both. Shane Taylor in the main event teaming up with O'Shea Edwards against AJ Francis and Tehuti Miles. Is that how it's pronounced?
That sounds good to me.
I don't know who that is. I don't know him. I've heard of AJ Francis, but I don't really know him. I've heard of O'Shea Edwards. I don't think I've ever actually seen him wrestle. And I think Shane Taylor is great. I think Shane Taylor is really good.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah. I saw at VIP Wrestling a match between him and Chris Hero that was fucking incredible.
You know, now that I don't know, you know, Shane probably doesn't have a contract with Ring of Honor anymore, but I'd really like to see the Pretty Boy Killers team up again. I mean, it was such a great team. I really felt like it kind of, you know, ended early. Because Keith Lee, of course, got signed by WWE.
Well, I mean, you know, the AEW and Ring of Honor now, they're owned by the same guy. I could see it happening. I hope it happens. I think they were a great team.
Alright.
And that brings us to another GCW show, Joey Janela's Spring Break 6 Part 2, The Greatest Clusterfuck is the name, apparently.
I mean, I might watch the other GCW show.
Oh my god. I open it up and the first fucking thing I see is Buff Bagwell. Oh, your favorite, Invisible Man. Sean Ross Sapp. Yeah. Or Sapp. What the fuck? Got Sean Ross Sapp on here?
Dude,
it starts off with
Buff the Stuff versus Sean Ross Sapp in the
It's a clusterfuck battle royal, which has Buff Bagwell, someone named Kamikaze, who apparently also goes by the name Ninja Mac. I don't know who that is. A mystery opponent, Guy Steele, Invisible Man, who is literally nobody. It's just nothing, and Sean Ross Sapp. Like I'm not insulting Invisible Man. He's actually not a person. It's just the air. So, just want, you know. Does Sean Ross Sapp wrestle? Has he ever wrestled before?
I don't know.
He's like a fucking media guy. I don't know. Next up, this one should actually be fun. Effie versus Minoru Suzuki. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Might be probably a little bit, probably a lot of comedy, just like we got with.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's gonna be
with Jarrett. Yeah, I mean, there's funny spots with Jarrett, so probably good.
Choke him harder, Daddy, or whatever the fuck he said.
Yeah, give it to me. Give that.
Next match is going to be actual death. Mike Bailey versus PCO, which every match involving PCO is actual death.
Yeah.
Biff Busick? That sounds familiar. His name sounds familiar, but I don't know. He's taking on.
Was he in Combat Zone Wrestling? Oh yeah.
Maybe?
Oh no. Yeah. It's only Lorcan.
Oh, Only Lorcan. Okay, I like him. I like Only Lorcan.
Tony Deppen. I think that's good.
Biff Busick is Only Lorcan. Okay, I don't know who Tony Deppen is then.
He was in Ring of Honor. He's a former
Stokely Hathaway Jr. Sounds familiar. That name sounds familiar. And the main event, Matt Cardona with Chelsea Green versus Chris Dickinson with Missy Hyatt. I like Chris Dickinson. I've seen him at VIP a couple times.
I think that'd be. I mean, at worst, it'll be all right. I mean, I like Zack Ryder.
I was never a fan of Zack Ryder as Zack Ryder, but once he left and started doing the Matt Cardona, like his actual name, and started doing that shit, I've been enjoying what I've seen of it. You know, it's been ridiculous, but in a fun way.
Ever since he became Zack Ryder, like I've seen some of this stuff when he was the Major Brothers in WWE, and when he was the Edge Heads or whatever the hell that team was.
Yeah, with Kurt Hawkins. Yeah.
I mean, I liked them in ECW on Sci-Fi, and unfortunately, he got kind of like screwed around in WWE. So
yeah. Shit. Do you have another one before WrestleMania?
Oh, several.
Okay, because we also have all the ones I'm going to. We could talk about. I could show you the cards for those. I'll go over the cards for those.
Sorry, I forgot to link you to the next one.
Ooh, New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Lone Star Shootout.
Opening match, Chris Bay, who I've seen him a couple times in TNA. I think he's okay. In Hankuliko,
I've heard he's very good.
Dude,
that guy, Hukulo. I've never seen him before, but he has a 3.32 rating.
In the opening match, it's passes bedtime. Barnett Brown and Bateman.
Hey,
Honor.
Barrett Brown, who's going to be facing Minoru Suzuki on one of my shows.
He's in a stable. He's in a stable.
Apparently, Stray Dog Army. It's him, Bateman, and Mysterioso. in New Japan. I didn't even know he was in New Japan. What the fuck? Oh.
I thought he was just doing jobs on the strong.
For the next match, we got a 6-man tag with Alex Coughlin. Don't know who that is. Fred Rosser used to be Darren Young in WWE, and Dylan, the DKC, which stands for Dylan Kyle Cox. Don't know him either. The only one I know out of there is the guy who used to be Darren Young. And they're taking on
Team Filthy.
Team Filthy.
JR Krotos, former NWA World Tag Team Champion with Aaron the Idol Stevens. Royce Isaacs, another former NWA World Tag Team Champion with the guy who beat up Charlotte when they were engaged in
Brom, yeah.
Bram.
I know Tom. That's the only one I know. Him and on the other side, Darren Young are the only two. Fred Rosser now. Only two I know in that. Next match, Jonah, who was in WWE as Bronson Reed, who's pretty good actually.
I think he's in TNA right now.
Taking on Blake Christian, who I've enjoyed very much so what I've seen of him. Oh, Blake Christian, I think he's good. That should be a good match.
Yeah. I like everyone on Team Filthy. Darren Young is okay.
8-man tag.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jonah. Jonah's good for what I've seen, and I don't remember anything with Blake Christian.
Yeah, I've seen Blake Christian. Yeah, I've seen a couple things from him, but he's been great in everything I've seen. So, then we have an 8-man tag, another big old taggy deal. We got Clark Connors, Carl Fredericks, Mascara Dorada, and Yu Imura. I probably butchered that name. I
don't know the Japanese guys, but
actually, Mascara Dorada was in WWE as Grand Metalik, so I do know him.
Oh, I'd never seen him do that. I heard that name before, though.
Yeah. The other ones, I have no clue who they are. They're taking on Finjuice, which is David Finlay and Juice Robinson. I like both of them. Deanna Garcia, I like him. And Kevin Knight, I don't know him. But I like the other three there.
Yeah. I like Daniel Garcia, and I like Finjuice.
Yeah. Could be good, then. We got Rocky Romero versus Ren Narita. I don't know Ren Narita. I know Rocky. Great. Rocky's good. Rocky's great, yep. Ren's pretty young, 24 years old.
Oh, shit. Dude, Minoru Suzuki versus Killer Cross?
Oh, wow. Look at that. That should be good.
Fuck, dude. Suzuki's working a whole lot of nights.
Yeah, Suzuki's having a fucking time in Dallas. Mike Bailey versus Jay... Oh, God, I wish I could see fucking Jay White live. Love that fucking guy.
But you probably go. This might be sold out.
I couldn't afford to go to it anyway. Fucking things in a Fairmount Hotel. It's probably too far away, and I'd have to buy a ticket. I don't have any money. Pretty much all my shit spent. But yeah, that should be great. I really like Jay White. Mike Bailey's great. Then the main event, Tom Ishii. Pronounce his first name versus Chris Dickinson.
This be really good. At least really good.
Yeah. Should be.
You know what? I'd watch the Ring of Honor show. I'd try to watch this. Maybe I don't know how much I like it, but I do like the people on the Joy Janela thing.
I don't know what time does it start. It's in America actually. It's New Japan, but it's in America. Yeah. Depends on because I'm gonna be getting home on the day that this show happens. I'll be getting home at 4 in the morning. I'll be coming from VIP Mania. If it happens at night, then I might watch it.
Well,
what we got next?
Up next we got total non-stop action wrestling again. Chris Rocky's
Impact Wrestling Multiverse of matches. Starting off with an Impact Knockouts Tag Title match. Madison Rain's still fucking there?
Yeah.
No clue. She's teaming up with Tenille Dashwood. They're the champions, apparently. I like her. I like Tenille Dashwood. Against Giselle, however it's pronounced, and Lady Frost.
I like Lady Frost.
As well as Savannah Evans and Tasha Steelz and DK, which is Havoc and Rosemary.
Yeah. I'm so tired of multi-person matches. I like some of the people, though.
We got Champ Challenge match. I don't know why it's called that. Deonna Purrazzo versus question mark. I like Deonna. I think Deonna's great. So hopefully the opponent is good. Really.
I haven't seen much of her.
Yeah, I think she's really good. We got a mixed tag: Mickey James and Nick Aldis versus Chelsea Green and Matt Cardona. We've already talked about Matt. I love Chelsea, and she's going to be at one of the shows I'm going to, which Matt will also be at. But they're going to be wrestling separate matches there. Love those two. Well, I love her like Matt. I've never been a fan of Mickey. I don't know.
Mickey, won't you please understand? You take me by the hand. Take me by the... I really like.
I think she's good. I've just for some reason never really been a fan. Same with Nick. He's somebody that I think is good, but I don't know. I've never been into him.
In the match, they're my favorite people. Zach, he's good.
Chelsea fucking worked me recently because like one of the things I was most excited for was seeing her live, and then like there's a thing about her fucking breaking her wrist comes out, and I'm like, oh god damn it, and then it was a work. She didn't break her fucking wrist. She fucking I got worked into a shoot.
Damn it.
Then we got the Impact X Division title Ultimate X match, which features the only former E-Feder in fucking professional wrestling that I know, Jordan Grace. And it's also going to have Chris Bay, Willie Mack, Rich Swann, whoever the fuck Vincent is, just Vincent, and the champion, Trey Miguel.
I'm not really looking forward to this. I like a lot of the people in the match, but it's another multi-person match.
Yeah, it's the kind of match that you wouldn't like, but I will probably like it.
I mean, we just had an Ultimate X match. I miss when I get like the woman did it. I wish they would save it for like Slammiversary or Bound for Glory or something. I wish it was more spread out, and I feel like it'd be more special that way. I mean, I feel like TNA like sort of like ruined the X Division match sometimes too, like the shit where they have like the Dudleys use a ladder to win the match and whatever.
Jonah teaming up with Josh Alexander against Moose, not you, the other one, and PCO. That's interesting. That's a fucking interesting. Yeah, that should be fun at the very least. Very interesting match.
I remember when PCO was in TNA as Mr. X.
No, I do not. I remember him being in fucking WWE, WWF in 1997 as a mid-card tag team, and then I remember him being Ring of Honor World Champion, and I remember nothing in between. Up next, we have Alex Shelley versus Mike Bailey. That should be good. Briscoes versus the Good Brothers.
I always been a fan of Alex Shelley.
Yeah, he's good. Briscoe Brothers versus the Good Brothers. Big old brothers on brothers match. Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson versus Jay Briscoe and Mark Briscoe. Should be good.
I'll say this, like, I always felt like, I don't even know if they're overrated. Like, the Good Brothers always seem to be pushed beyond what their fan reaction is of them. Like, they were IWGP tag champs or tag champs in WWE. I never got into them. I think they're both good wrestlers, but I don't see them as like a top team in any way.
Hold on. What? The date for this show is the same as New Japan Strong. The next match is Chris Sabin versus Jay White, which first of all, should be oof. But so is this another thing like the shows that I'm going to, where it's a bunch of shows at the same place, the same day?
Looks like it. It's at the Fairmont Hotel, and I think that's where the New Japan.
Yeah, they're both there, and they're at the same date, huh? Surprising that they would have Impact and New Japan and stuff like that all on it. Are these also where the fucking GCW shows are at? Let me see.
Probably not, because there's a lot of GCW shows.
Oh no, they're at Fair Park. They're both at Fair Park on the same day, which is the same day as these two. Huh? But oh god, dude, Jay White wrestling twice at the shit.
Same building.
God damn, I need more money in life. That should be great. That should be a great match.
I think it'll be good. I think Chris Sabin's, he's old. He's kind of slowed down.
I think he's still capable though. And then going against Jay White. Yeah. The main event: Eddie Edwards and Ishii.
That should be great.
Should be a good one. Be really good. And that's that one. Then we got MLW Azteca Underground.
At Gailey's.
A lot of shows. Yes. This is also on the same day, but at a different venue. And we're starting off with LA Park versus Jacob Fatu.
That should be fun. I mean, Park's so old, but I think he could still have a good match. And Jacob Fatu's great.
We got somebody named Flamita. I don't know who that is. Taking on Bandito.
Should be fun. I mean, these guys are big all over the place in the ring.
Yeah. Caesar Duran versus Alexander Hammerstone. That his name, Alexander Hammerstone's name sounds familiar, but I don't really know who that is, and I don't know who Caesar.
Yeah, he's the
Duran
MLW
is.
World Champion. He was the guy that was in the Dynasty with Richard Holiday and some guy
apparently
named Max MJF.
Apparently, he's actually secretly our good friend Jeff because his nickname is El Jefe. I don't know why it's El Jefe when his name is Caesar and his other names are Antonio and Dario. Oh, Dario Cueto? What the fuck? That the fucking... Was he the guy who was like the GM of Lucha Underground?
Yeah.
Huh, I didn't know he was a wrestler.
Oh, what? He's wrestling? So he's wrestling Hammerstone.
Yeah. Huh.
Why isn't he using this? He's also now he's like the matchmaker of MLW, but he's using the Dario name, or is he? Like, I can't remember.
Hey, dude, and Caesar Duran, according to that. Huh. Interesting. And we have a 6-man tag, which is King Muertes, Mads Kruger, and Richard Holiday. They have a Dick Holiday? We have a Dick Holiday.
Yeah.
Alexander Hammerstone's apparently double booked because he's teaming up in this one with the Von Erichs, Marshall Von Erich and Ross Von Erich. Who's got 2 matches? One against fucking Caesar for some reason. I don't know most of the people in this.
This should be good. Like, Mads, I mean, he's fine. King Muertos is great. Richard Holiday is very good. I like the baby faces, Hammerstone and the Von Erichs.
We got... Oh, anything else to add to that?
Nah.
Okay, I don't know what a Mexican lumberjack match is. I know a lumberjack. I don't know what specifically makes this one a Mexican lumberjack match, but it's Aramis. I don't know who that is. Versus Gino Medina, who I've seen a bunch of times at VIP Wrestling, and he's usually pretty good. I don't know what a Mexican lumberjack match is though. I can't say I know what that is. Davey Richards taking on Danny Limelight.
Should be
Danny
good.
Limelight sounds familiar. I know David Richards.
Oh, he wrestled in MLW for a little bit.
Oh, well. And the main event: Aerostar, El Dragon, and Microman versus an unknown opponent, Erez and Mini Abismo Negro.
Are all these guys minis? Because I know Mini, Asbro Negro is Mini, and Microman's like.
Erez is 5'8". Erez is 5'8". El Dragon is 5'11". Aerostar is 5'7". So they're all short, but most of them aren't actually dwarves.
I don't get why this is the main event. I don't get why MLW's pushing Microman. It's silly.
I don't know anybody in this. Who do you think's the mystery person going to be?
Steve Austin.
Yeah, good. All right. What's next here?
Well, let's see. I'm looking at what I should put.
Is that it for big shows aside from WrestleMania?
No, because there's another WWE one we should talk about. Oh, there's more.
NXT Stand and Deliver. All right, we got.
Why? This can't be the opening match. I mean, it's not the bottom, but it has to be the main event.
Yeah. I'm assuming, because it's Dolph Ziggler defending the NXT title against Braun Breaker, which should be a really good match. They're both great. Yeah. I don't know why the fuck Ziggler's NXT champion in 2022, but he is great. He's just got fucking ruined by WWE for years.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Braun is really good. Yeah. NXT Women's title, Fatal 4-Way, Mandy Rose, who I also don't know why she's champion, taking on Yoshirai, Kaylee Ray, and Cora Jade. Yoshirai is amazing. I like Cora Jade. I don't know if I've actually seen Kaylee Ray wrestle, but I've heard she's good. And Mandy Rose is... Mandy Rose...
How many multi-people matches are...
Oh, it's a lot. Yeah, I'm looking at it, yeah. The next one is another multi-man. It's a 5-man ladder match for the NXT North American title, which I think is something they regularly do, like every year. Carmelo Hayes is defending against Santos Escobar, Cameron Grimes, Grayson Waller, and Solo Sikoa? I don't know who he is. Oh, it's one of the Fatus, apparently.
Yeah. I like Cameron Grimes.
Part of that big fantasy.
Who's Carmelo Hayes? Like, I don't watch WWE.
He's pretty good from what I've seen of him. He's just Carmelo Hayes. Like he's pretty good though based on what I've seen. Grayson Waller I think is pretty decent. And then we have a triple threat tag match for the tag titles. The current champions Imperium, which is Fabian Eichner and Marcel Barthel, who are very good from what I've seen. MSK, Nash Carter, and Wesley, also really good. And the Creed brothers, I don't know these guys too well. Brutus Creed and Julius Creed. Don't know them very well, but the other teams are great.
Yeah.
We got
MSK can't be the Mighty Don't Kneel. Like, who's that? Oh, it's the Rascals. They're decent.
Yeah, pretty decent. We got Tony D'Angelo versus Tommaso Ciampa. I've heard of Tony D'Angelo. I don't really know anything about him.
Yeah, but Tommaso's great.
Yeah, Tommaso is yes. Apparently, Tony is I guess one of the new guys they're bringing in because his career started last May. May is when he had his debut, like in general, not just in WWE. So he's very new.
Hopefully, Tommaso squashes his
ass. And then we got LA Knight, who I really enjoy, going up against Gunther, which is Walter under his fucking stupid new name. Which that should be great. Yeah, Walter is great. I like LA Knight.
Yeah,
should be good.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Apparently, LA Knight at some point went under the alter ego El Hijo de Trump.
He used to be have the stable in the NWA called the Border Control with Brian Cage, Oliver. I can't remember.
God. We got WrestleCon USA versus the World. Hopefully, the World wins.
Yeah,
I'm rooting for the World here. We got the Rev Pro Undisputed British Cruiserweight title. There's a lot of words in that one. Rich Swann is challenging the champion Michael Oku. Don't know who that is?
Yeah, no idea who that is.
No idea. He's the champion though. Rich Swann's obviously good. We got the Warrior Wrestling Lucha title 4-way. Sam Adonis is defending against Abismo Negro, Mr. Iguana, and La Hedra.
No idea who these people are.
I've heard of Sam Adonis. I've heard he's good, but I don't really know him. Abismo, don't know that guy. Mr. Iguana surprisingly sounds familiar, but I don't really know who that is. And
this is at the Fairmont Hotel. So the same place as New Japan and
and it's the same day. So they got a whole show of shit going on that day. We got Davey Richards versus Mike Bailey, should be good. Jessica Troy versus Rachel Ellering. Is she related to Paul? I'm assuming.
Yeah, she's Paul Ellering's daughter. She's Precious Paul's daughter.
So yeah, she might be good. I've never seen her wrestle, and I don't know who Jessica
I like
Troy
her.
is.
I've seen her a couple times.
Apparently, Jessica Troy is 25 years old, but she debuted 8 years ago, so she was young. She's been going since she was young. Tag match: Bandito and Ray Horace versus Anthony Henry and JD Drake, the Woke Horsemen, Workhorsemen with the.
Aren't they the guys that lost to Danielson and Moxley on Dynamite?
May have been. I think I like James Drake. I think if he's the guy I'm thinking of. Ray Horace, I believe I've seen before and is pretty good.
Yeah, he's good.
And we got Big Damo versus Calvin Tankman. Don't know either of these fucking guys.
Oh, Calvin's he's been in MLW a lot. Big Damo.
Oh, Big Damo was Killian Dane in WWE. He's pretty good.
Oh yeah. He's good.
Yeah. And then the main event, or well, the top listed one here, because who actually knows what order these fucking matches are going to be going in for all these shows? We got Caleb Conley, Flip Gordon, and Gringo Loco, which Gringo Loco is fucking the guy who I said looks like Fat Enzo, who is going to be at one of the shows I'm watching. They're going against Aeroboy, Aramis, and Erez.
They good?
Yeah. Gringo Loco is surprisingly good based on what I saw from him in that one match. Like he's the kind of guy you look at and you're like, "There's no way this guy is good," and then he actually ends up being good. So, then we got okay, we're not gonna do WrestleMania just yet. I want to do the shows that I'm going to first, and then we'll get to WrestleMania. I don't know the cage match. I'm just gonna tell you the matches here. If you want to look them up, though, Well, they're all different promotions. It's Texas Mania 3. It's like the overarching thing. River City Wrestling is the first one, which is going to be on Saturday.
Saturday? Okay, so it's the second, right?
Yeah, the second. Starting at noon on the 2nd. Yeah. It's gonna... They got, for this, the Pillars of Destiny and Christy James. I don't know who the Pillars of Destiny are. It's not saying here in the thing that I have. But it's the Pillars of Destiny and Christy James versus the DFW Cartel and Alejandra Lyon. I know nothing of that. I don't know who the Pillars of Destiny are. I don't know who the DFW Cartel is. If you find like the cage match for age, it'll probably say more specifically. I don't know who the fuck any of these people are. I think I've seen Alejandra Lyon before.
Wait. Tell me the promotion again.
River City Wrestling.
I'm gonna put in River cage match.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see here. River City Wrestling. There we go.
I'm gonna assume the one out of Antonio.
San Antonio. It's a San Antonio one, yeah. Events. Let's see. Should be in here. RCW Mania. Listed. Yeah, they don't have the card on here listed for some reason. Rob's not even fucking wrestling. He's managing Katie Forbes and Maddie Redkowski going against Kai Vibes and Jazzy Yang, which is Jimmy Wang Yang's daughter, and Jimmy's going to be managing that one. A lot of this is people I don't fucking know, but, you know. We got the next match is Texas Traits and David Kidd versus Anthony Andrews, Casey Blackrose, and Rob Love. Don't know any of them. We got Diego Rene versus Brandon Weiss. Don't know them. Tom Latimer versus Sledge. Khan versus Weston Blake. And the main event, RCW Championship, Gino Medino, who I mentioned earlier, versus Cam Cole versus Mysterious Q, and versus Will Allday. Will Allday has been booked for 2 shows that I went to, and wasn't able to show up for either of them. So maybe I'll finally get to see this fucking guy wrestle. Who the fuck knows? I've seen Mysterious Q before. He was pretty good. Gino's pretty good. I don't know if I've seen Cam Cole before. So there's that one. The next one is Gulf Coast Wrestling Alliance. Let's see, Gulf. This is gonna be the one with Zack Ryder and all of them. Let's see, Gulf Coast Wrestling Alliance. You just type in Gulf Coast and it's
Dallas.
Yes, Gulf does Dallas. GCWA does Dallas. They actually have the card on here.
So the first match I got, the first match I got listed is Zack Ryder.
Matt Cardona.
Gino.
Yeah, Matt Cardona versus Gino. That should be good. They got Bandito versus ASF. This is the one where I'm seeing Bandito. I don't know who ASF is, but Bandito's Bandito. They have Chris Carter versus Chandler Hopkins. Chandler Hopkins is a local guy who is very good. I've seen him at a bunch of the VIP shows I went to. He is super fucking good. Like one of my favorite local guys here. I don't know Chris Carter. And they got Mecha Wolf. Mecha Wolf is a fucking E-Fed character. Like he's this huge dude, big jacked as fuck. Like the shit he does, like the moves he does is like the most E-Fed shit possible. Like you just slap on as many crazy fucking moves as you possibly can. This dude is insane. He did a suicide dive at one of the VIP shows I went to, and it was like the fucking steel barricades that we have there. He like fully fucking like bent the fucking thing doing the suicide dive. Yeah, this dude's crazy. And he's facing Bestia 666. I don't know who that guy is.
He was trained by Damien 666. He's been in the NAA quite a bit.
And the card on there doesn't mention it, but there's also going to be an NWA tag title match. Do you know who La Rebellion are? They're apparently the champions.
Who is that again?
NWA tag champs currently. I don't know who they are.
I forget who
they're taking on Moonshine Mantell and Ryan Davidson. Don't know either of them. And it also doesn't show it on that card there, but there's also going to be Chelsea Green going against Rachel Rose, who is the GCWA Women's Champion. So that's for that title. I don't know Rachel Rose, but obviously, as I mentioned, I'm a big Chelsea Green fan. The next show, Hybrid. The company's called Hybrid. The show is called Hybrid Mania 2. Let's see if Hybrid Wrestling.
I don't see anything like that on for.
Let me see events, because it might be Hybrid Wrestling. Yeah, I'm not. No, that company stopped doing shows in 2011. So yeah, I'm not seeing anything here. But the card listed on here, we got. This is like the most underground of all the shows that are going here. I had to fucking buy a ticket by sending them $20 on fucking Cash App. So it's yeah. Sledge, Jess E. James, Manny Lemons versus Khan, Moonshine Mantell, and JP Harlow. Those are people. Vic Endurance and Robert Baines versus Zakai Living and Devin Carter. Don't know any of them. Chris Marvel versus Joe Alonzo. Tom Lattimore and Casey Blackrose versus David Kidd and Don Juan.
Tom Lattimore is a fan.
Oh, God, great. We got Matt Vandegrift versus Diego Rene versus Johnny Rocket versus Jet Black. Those are people. There's a Wrestling with Regret YouTube Championship, apparently. I didn't know. But apparently that's a thing. And the champion Steve Miggs, whoever that is going to be facing Levi Shapiro. Yeah. I've heard of Wrestling with Regret.
Levi Shapiro, I think he... No, it might be someone else. I think he wrestled in... he's wrestles in SoCal and championship.
He's going to be getting accompanied... He's going to be getting managed by Brian Zane, who I know is one of the Wrestling with Regret guys. And Steve Miggs is going to be managed by Mr. Ooh La La, whoever that is.
Oh, he's from Championship Wrestling from Hollywood.
Top listed match here. Jimmy Wang Yang actually wrestling in this one, teaming up with his daughter, as well as Miss Mitchell, taking on Brandon Weiss, Matty Rakowski, and Kai Vibes. Yeah. And then we got Inspire Pro. Let's see if they're fucking the show is on here. Inspire Pro. Yeah, there we go. Inspire Pro.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
In the title database. That's in the title database, though.
There's no matches listed on here on the event page.
Yeah. Alright. Well, then I'll listen here. We got Killa Kate and Jordan Blade versus Rachel Rose and Tootie Lynn. Rachel Rose is going to be the one that Chelsea Green's facing earlier. Ryan Davidson versus T-Ray Watford. We got some team called the Born Haters versus the Great Ones and Luigi Primo. Don't know what the Great Ones are. Don't know who Luigi Primo is. Steve O'Reino versus John Bedlam. We got 4-Way, Exodus Prime, Mysterious Q, Pistolero, and Will All Day, allegedly, in that fucking match. Arrow Boy versus Prince Adam. Brian Keith, who we mentioned earlier, versus Gary J. In the main event, Davey Richards, somebody I know, versus Great Scott, whoever that is. Again, these are the underground fucking cards here. And then finally, that's the last match of Saturday, which is going to be starting at fucking... Oh, wait, no, that's not. That's the second to last match. The last card, is New Texas Pro and a show called Cowboys from Hell. Let's see if that one's on here. New Texas Pro Wrestling. The show, the company's on here.
Yeah,
events.
The card.
Yeah, Cowboys from Hell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 7 matches listed there. Is that all of them? Okay, they're missing 2, but we'll read those first, then I'll say the last 2.
So Brian Keith versus Josh Alexander, former TNT World Champion,
for the New Texas Pro title, which Brian Keith currently holds. We got Rachel Rose. Apparently has another championship. She's defending the New Texas Pro Women's title against Maria May, whoever she is. I don't really know her.
Got Max Heights.
We got Max Heights, the New Texas Pro Lone Stars champion, defending against Terrell Tempo? Terrale Tempo? Yeah. We got tag team match of Violence is Forever, which is Dominic Garino and Kevin Koo versus Fly Death, which is Warren Johnson and Zach Mason.
I think Violence is Forever is okay. They've been in MLW a lot with Filthy Tom.
And we got Lufisto, however her name is pronounced, taking on Hyan? Don't know her, but I know Lufisto. Yeah. We got Alec Price versus T-Ray Watford versus, again, allegedly, Will All Day.
Allegedly.
And Chris Bay versus ASF. I don't know who ASF is. The 2 that are not listed there are, let me see which 2 they are. There's a no-holds-barred 4-way between Aaron Mercer, Sky de la Cremosa, Akira, and Hoodfoot. Not fucking Hoodfoot again. And Mysterious Q versus Mysterious Opponent. Mystery Opponent. So, Mysterious Dude's taking on an opponent. And then finally, that's it for that day, but then I'm going back on, technically Monday at midnight, right after WrestleMania, for VIP Mania.
I only see one match listed on Cage Match for this.
You only see one listed there. There are a full show here. The one listed on Cage Match is Barrett Brown versus Suzuki, obviously. Yeah. There's also going to be ASF, Izzy James, and Helio Gyra versus a boy, fat fucking Enzo, Gringo Loco, B-Boy, and a mystery partner. Don't know who that is yet. We got Casey Nazaro versus Chandler Hopkins, who I mentioned is really good. Josh Woods versus Brian Keith. We got the VIP Tag Championships, which are Fly Death for the current champions versus Injustice. I don't know who they are. Ninja Mac
that's they're an MLW. It's God, I can't remember their names. Jordan Oliver and God, man,
someone else.
I can't remember. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Then there's Ninja Mac versus Matt Cross. That should be fun. I've seen Matt Cross. Shane Taylor versus Loki.
Oh, wow.
The wrestler, not the Marvel character. And then Suzuki versus Brown. And then that'll be the last of the shows that I'm going to see.
I got a question. Are you going to chant past your bedtime at Barnett?
It's tempting. It's very tempting. Although, I don't know, fucking Suzuki might put him to sleep. He might chop him so hard that his fucking heart just stops.
So, I believe the tagline for this next show is... I actually gotta look. I can't remember.
For WrestleMania?
The most stupendous two-night event in WrestleMania history.
Yeah, stupid. Stupid. So we got WrestleMania Night 1 on Saturday, which I'm going to be watching other shows. We got Charlotte Flair defending the SmackDown Women's title against Ronda Rousey. Both of the women's singles titles are going to be online on Night 1. They have the tag titles on Night 2, but both of the singles titles are on Night 1. Becky Lynch defending against Bianca. We got
I think those two. I think those two matches should be good, at least.
There's a little bit of worry with the Becky and Bianca match because apparently they had like Becky try to cut Bianca's hair on SmackDown or Raw or whatever, on Raw I guess, and Bianca like reversed and ended up cutting some of Becky's hair, and people think that there's a possibility that they're gonna make this a hair versus hair match and have Bianca lose as a way to like capitalize on the Jada Pinkett Smith stuff, which would be fucking horrible. And I hope that they don't do that.
Kind of strange thing to do last minute.
Yeah, but it's WWE, so who the fuck knows? Tag titles, SmackDown tag titles, Usos versus Rick Boogs and Shinsuke. Ridge Holland and Sheamus versus the New Day, specifically Woods and Kofi. With Butch? Oh, that's Pete Dunne. They renamed him the fucking Butch. And they gave him... he looks like a fucking, like one of those old-time chimney sweeps now. Dude's about to start fucking saying, please, sir, can I have another? I don't know. Then we got the Mysterios, Dominic and Ray versus fucking Logan Paul and The Miz. Because Miz is just fucking celebrity fodder at this point. We got Seth Rollins versus Question Mark.
Like, there's like so many people like on the underground shows that would be better in this match than Dominic.
We got Seth Rollins versus a mystery opponent who is everybody's assuming is Cody.
Yeah, do you think it's Cody?
Probably, yeah. Although I really hope it's not, just so that everybody is super underwhelmed.
Well, would it be underwhelming anyway if it was Cody?
People are excited to see Cody there.
I think like Cody, people will be excited the first time he comes out, and then like by week 3, he's not gonna be special anymore.
Well, yeah, they're gonna WWE is gonna promise him everything and then give him nothing. They're gonna make him come out as a big deal, and then very soon after he's just gonna be dropped into the mid card.
How'd you feel if he came out? He was a surprise opponent, but he's like Stardust again.
Oh God, Cody, you poor fuck.
I won't put it past him.
Yeah. And we got Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin with Madcap Moss. Which, alright. That's night 1.
I'll say this. Like, if I was looking at a Raw, I think the 2 women's matches would be something like, okay, I can watch that. But everything else, like, if it was just on Raw, I'd be like, the fuck would I even want to see this for? Even Logan Paul, like, if we had the Mysterios versus Logan Paul and The Miz on Raw. I mean, we got K-Fed on Raw one time. Like, if they did that on Raw, I'd be like, why the fuck would I want to watch that?
And where is night 2? We need a link for all. Oh, there's a phone. Hey, we're back.
Alright, well, at least the timing was okay. Like, we talked about the night 1.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm just gonna say, goddamn, can I go a podcast without people wanting to fucking call my ass? Like,
yeah. Okay. So I sent you the link to night 2. We're gonna get through that, and then we can finally end this one. This is a girthy one. We're following our longest podcast with the
biggest night in wrestling for the year. It's like wrestling Christmas for people.
Yeah, you know. I mean, we're not getting gaming Christmas this year, so yeah. E3 was it's not happening.
I do sucks anyway. So main event.
It hasn't been great recently, but yeah.
Main event's Brock.
Brock
Roman.
And Roman. Title unification, WWE title, Universal title. Yeah,
this would be
why not?
A good match.
They have good matches. Yeah, it's just they try to make it seem like it's like the fucking next, Stone Cold versus The Rock, or one of those kind of things. And it's not. Like no matter how much they try to force it to be, it's just not.
I mean, honestly, it's probably the biggest match they could do, and that's pretty sad.
Yeah. We got AJ Styles versus Edge, which
AJ's getting kicked in the balls again for
Yep.
Like why? Why?
They probably turned Edge. They probably turned Edge heel just to kick AJ in the balls.
We were talking like the last match. We were talking about the same old shit. Like again, we just gotta kick AJ in the balls for WrestleMania.
That's a WrestleMania tradition. We got the women's tag title match, which is the only women's match that's not on night 1. We have Carmella and Zelina, who are champions for some reason, versus Natalya and Shayna Baszler, who are teaming up for some reason, versus Naomi and Sasha, who used to be in a team together, and I guess they're teaming again, versus Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, who are teaming up for some reason. Because I don't know why the fuck most of these fucking teams are teams.
There's women I like, but I wish they'd just give 2 of the teams a chance to shine instead of oversaturating us with so many people.
I don't know why most of the people are teaming. I like everyone in this match except for Natalya, and Carmella's alright. I don't like Zelina so much personally, after the whole, her, it seemed like she was going to stand up to WWE and unionize and all that, and then she's like, you know what, they're giving me more money, I'm going back. So kind of, but she's good. She's good in the ring, I guess. I love Shayna, but then she's teaming up with fucking Natalya, because I don't know why. Rhea Ripley's great. Liv Morgan has improved, dramatically. She's gotten so much better.
Was Natalya the one that had the farting gimmick?
Yes, she was. And that happened while she was teaming with Beth Phoenix. So.
WWE. So
yeah. Speaking of multi-person tag matches, we then have the Raw tag titles being defended by RK Bro, Randy Orton and Riddle, against the Street Profits and Alpha Academy, which is Chad Gable and Otis.
Why wasn't this the spelling bee? Why did they do that WrestleMania?
Yeah. It'll be fun, at least. I mean, I'm not going to watch it, so I don't know, but, and then we have an Anything Goes match. I don't know why the fuck they're not just saying, no disqualification or hardcore or whatever. It's Anything Goes match. Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville.
Well, it's because Johnny Knoxville does Jackass, and, anything goes in those movies. So, it makes sense to me, but, I don't want to see Johnny Knoxville wrestle.
Yeah. And Mania, and I mean, why can't Sami Zayn just be allowed to be a good wrestler again? They've been doing this shtick for fucking the past couple of years since he's been heel, where he's just there. He's just not even allowed to actually wrestle well. He's just meant to be a joke. But he's so good. But then he's just doing this shit. And it's Then we have, for some fucking reason, Bobby Lashley versus Omos, which is the stupidest fucking thing they could be doing.
I mean,
Omos has been great in his role as AJ's tag team partner, where he doesn't actually have to do much. He's just there to be the presence is meant to be the thing. But they're putting him in a fucking one-on-one match, which he's not good. He can't wrestle.
I love Bobby Lashley, but he's not the guy.
I love Bobby.
I mean,
yeah,
you're not gonna carry him.
Yeah, you're not gonna. If you're putting him against if you're putting Omos in a singles match, you need somebody who can carry him. Bobby could physically carry him.
Yeah,
he could lift him, but he cannot carry him in a fucking match. It's gonna expose how horrible Omos actually is as a wrestler, and just ruin all they've done to get him over. Yeah. And then Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory for some reason. I like Pat. I like Austin. Also, it's not listed here, but
this is better than like Vince versus Austin Theory, which was a suggestion.
Also, I just realized. So the main event's gonna be Brock versus Roman. On the last show, both of the women's title matches are on there. Neither of them are gonna main event because the main event is the fucking interview with Stone Cold and Kevin Owens. Like they've confirmed that that's headlining.
Yeah.
A talk show segment. So both women's title matches are on the same show and neither is headlining.
It makes sense because Steve Austin's would be the biggest star on that show, but like it's sort of like
it's gonna be a fucking match.
I know. I absolutely get what you're saying. Like I get what they're thinking is, but like, it does like sort of like you gotta present your wrestlers as stars, and people take the main event as the main event. Like as I said with AEW, like I don't like Adam Page as the world champion, but you ought to have the main event be the world title match.
Yeah. Like it feels like when you have 2 nights of WrestleMania, it feels like one of the big reasons for doing that is so that you can have men main event one and women main event the other. And the 2 biggest matches on the card are the women's title matches. But nope, we get a fucking talk show segment as the main event. Oh, about Texas. Fucking talk show segment about Texas, where the babyface is the one rooting for Texas. Oh my god.
Hey, man.
Texas is a heel. Texas is a heel state. We have anti-abortion laws. Fuck this place. I'm not gonna cheer for Stone Cold because he's fucking defending Texas's honor.
Oh man,
that's WrestleMania. That's fucking WrestleMania, and I cannot wait to not watch it.
Yeah, I mean, there's good matches here, but like, I don't want to sit through 5 hours of shit, dude.
There's gonna be some great matches. They're probably gonna be booked horribly, and there's gonna be a lot of shitty finishes. But there's some great matches, and then there's Johnny Knoxville wrestling, and Logan Paul wrestling, and Shayna Baszler teaming with Natalya for some fucking reason, and Omos versus Bobby, and a fucking NFL punter versus Austin Theory. I like Pat, but fucking come on,
mate.
Yeah. So that's technically, that's not the main event of WrestleMania, or WrestleMania week, because that's going to be VIP Mania, happening right afterwards. So the actual main event, the actual final match of WrestleMania week, Minoru Suzuki versus Barrett Brown, the real headliner. Where I'm going to, in person, witness probably a bunch of Minoru Suzuki chops. I'm going to watch a man's heart explode.
Hey, what Minoru Suzuki is the mystery opponent for Seth Rollins? Or what if it's Barnett Brown?
I don't know. Barnett Brown versus, as Americos getting fucking jobbing to Braun Strowman. Oh god, dude, I would like. Obviously, it's not gonna happen, but I would fucking love Suzuki versus Seth Rollins. That match would fuck.
Well, it's been another long episode.
Yes, possibly our longest, because we had one that was also like 2 hours long. This one might have beaten it, but I mean it's following our shortest, so.
True.
I think was the one before last week's. Was that the other one that was over 2 hours?
I think that was 2.5.
So I think we did a nice little sandwich of 2 super long episodes with 1 short episode in the middle.
This like we're gonna end up being like Rogan and Jim Cornette, where we're just doing 5-hour podcasts every week.
Oh god.
Well, everyone, we gave you another long one, like we just said.
Yeah. Future Justin is gonna need a pay raise if he's editing 5-hour podcasts. Oh.
So I'll just say the Green Party of Alaska, we're gonna be involved in Hempfest. I'll get the dates for you. Yeah. It's in a couple weeks. 420 is coming up. That's definitely one of the days. Yeah, Hempfest is down in Kenai this year. The mayor of Kenai is running for governor. I believe he's at the event. 420 is an easy date. Remember, it's 3 days. I think it's the 19th to the 21st. I'll get you more information on next week's podcast.
Yep. Next week. Coming out on that dang old 9th, April 9th. And you can even remind people again on the 16th. That'll be right before it.
Absolutely.
There you go. And of course, I've said what's happening on Gopher and Tuck. We're doing stuff. We're doing things. I finished Elden Ring on stream. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but I finished Elden Ring on stream. So we're just.
And I've noticed you put it on YouTube too.
Yeah. The entire series has been all the VODs have went up on YouTube. All 5 or 6 of them, however many it was. And I'm still doing Dark Souls 2 co-op with Jeff. All of those are going to go up on YouTube when I finish it. Every Tuesday we're doing that. And we're just streaming whatever else. We streamed Halo today. We streamed WWE 2K22 the other day. And we're just kind of mostly doing the random multiplayer stuff. Probably going to be a drunk stream coming up sometime next month. Maybe next week. Maybe next week I'll do one. Who knows? Maybe next week, maybe the week after that. But this is definitely going to be another drinking stream coming on up here.
I'm Joshua Hadley. He's Justin
Malanger.
Thanks everyone for watching.
Listening.
Have a good rest of your Saturday.
Yeah, enjoy your Saturday. And if you're watching WrestleMania, sorry.
Sorry. But you're all damn lucky.
Bye.